still remain in charge over in League One as Sunderland slip up this past weekend. Can they make up for it this week? We'll have a little look next.
And Blackburn Rovers, they said, Wood! Football really we're all here this Halloween weekend. That's right, of course, Plymouth, the Green Army, still remain in charge over in League One as Sunderland fluffed their bloody lines. That's right, of course, Charlton, new manager, or Keynes, it's caretaker manager, got themselves a big fat cheeky 3 points on the road at the Stable-Light, and you wouldn't have even banked it. I don't think anybody banked it, but anyway, we'll take a look at all of it in a second. A big shout out to my VRPs. They are the Patreons. Thank you for your continued support behind the scenes, and of course, look forward to seeing you all very soon. Until then, give it some love and check out the links down below. Of course, if you are interested in helping us out, check out the patreon.com/Roseys down below. But anyway, we're going to jump in the deep end now. Of course, take a look back, and of course, how we all got on as this past weekend. Of course, including midweek action. Of course, Accrington Stanley against Pompey was a 2-2 draw. Pompey needed a result to stop the bloody rot. Here is the surprise of the week. Of course, Sunderland at home lost to managerless Charlton. 1-0 win for Johnny Jackson's boys, I think that's what it is. Anyway, Bolton, of course, they drew also with Gillingham, 2-2 draw as well. Bolton on a bit of a whimper right now. They're down in the table. Of course, Gillingham need the results as well. Burton, of course, a 3-1 loss to Oxford United to keep their dream alive. Where are they? Up to 6th in the table now. Doncaster got themselves a big fat win with a 3-2 win over Cheltenham. Morecambe did draw with the Green Army. Of course, 1-1 draw for them. Big point for that. Of course, Ipswich Town continue to climb table up to 10th right now. And of course, they are probably the form team at the moment. Meanwhile, MK Dons against Rotherham, a big win for Rotherham. They're up to 5th right now in the table. Of course, 2-2 draws. Mark picture, but Wednesday did draw with Lincoln City 1-1. Shrewsbury big winners as well over Cambridge, 4-1 win for them. Of course, Wigan picked up a 2-0 win over Wimbledon. Wycombe though, 2-1 win over Crewe to move into 2nd. Of course, and Doncaster managed to get another point to make a good week for them. As for Wigan, of course, though, they did lose to Lincoln City at the end. I'm not really going to count up my points there because I did absolutely shite. This is the table though as it stands. It's Plymouth at the moment, of course, leading the charge. They played one game more though Wycombe, of course, but they're level on points as well. Wycombe, of course, so Wigan are 2 points adrift in 3rd with Sunderland in 4th. And again, it looks you just don't know what about Sunderland if they're going to do it this time. Of course, Rotherham in 5th as well. You've got to keep an eye on those. I think they're actually playing Sunderland this weekend. And of course, Oxford in 6th as well. And of course, everyone else is still in the hunt as well. Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich. It's going to get nasty. It's going to get very nasty. Down the foot of the table, of course, Doncaster big movers for them off the foot for the first time. Of course, Crewe as well in trouble. And Charlton, new manager mounts potentially. Of course, Fleetwood Town in a bit of bother as well. Let's take a look at, of course, the leaderboard for this week and this week alone. Have a little look at it. And it is ticks on tour. 9 points in the back for you. DJC as well with 9. As for the grand scheme of things, here is Eamon Hussein. Well done to you, sir. 77 points on the board. DJC up there in 86. DJC 86, 76. And of course, Russell Frost is in 3rd again. He's just keeping on the curtails. He's not really making the push just yet. But he will do, and I know he will do. Of course, that's, of course, the situation right here, right now. If you, of course, want to get involved yourself, check out the links right here, cut.ly/League One. It is free to enter. It's all a bit of fun. And there'll be a prize at the end of it. We are getting closer to figuring out the prizes, or working on the prizes for last year. And hopefully we'll get them out to you in the next international break. But anyway, let's get cracking then, shall we? Of course, take a look at the next round of matches. Kick it all off with Cambridge up against Wimbledon on Halloween Eve. That's right. Of course, played 8 times since 2009. 2 was for Cambridge, 3 for Wimbledon, and 3 draws. Biggest win for Cambridge, 2-1 win. The biggest other way was a 4-1 win. Cambridge coming to this without a win in how many? 7 matches, of course. Picked up with just one loss over the past 5, drawing the rest of the 4 though. As for Wimbledon, they're coming to just 1 win in 6 for them, 33% form for them as well. Both sides 33% form. Coming at you though, last round at Cambridge was a 4-1 win for Wimbledon. That was back in League 2, back in January 2016. Of course, Wimbledon did lose to Crystal Palace under 21s in the Football League Trophy last round. Of course, Doncaster drew with Cambridge 1-1 last round as well on the 26th of October. Of course, coming at you though, 95 is your Cambridge, 64 is your away win. That's Wimbledon, 94 is your draw. I'm going with the 1-1 draw right now. That's point split right down the middle. Can you separate the two? I don't know. Next, of course, we have Charlton. Of course, with Johnny Jackson at the helm. I don't know if that's a permanent thing, but he is there at the moment. Up against Doncaster's Richie Wellens. Played each other 13 times in 2008. 6 wins for Charlton, 4 for Doncaster, and 3 draws, brother. Of course, big with Charlton, a 2-0 win. The other way was a 3-0 win. Of course, coming at you though, Charlton have actually just lost twice in the past 5. 50% form for them. Meanwhile, Doncaster back-to-back games without a loss. 42% form for them as well. Last time, of course, over at the Valley, it was a 3-1 win for Doncaster. That's back in September 2020. It wasn't too long ago that these two sides were in the bloody playoffs to get themselves back to promoted to the Championship. Of course, though, coming out to the Charlton did beat Sunderland at 1-0 win last round. Of course, Doncaster picked up a draw against Cambridge last round as well. Look at the odds, 6-5 on Charlton. 5-2 is your 10-3 is your away win. That's Doncaster, bloody Rovers. So the Charlton are your favourites. Gone with the 2-1 win for them as well, as Doncaster will remain in a bit of bother. Of course, Cheltenham, though, will take on Sheffield Wednesday. Also, this Halloween Eve. Then no place, of course, heading into this one. Of course, Cheltenham just one defeat the past 4 games, 50% form for them at the moment. Unbeaten, though, is Sheffield Wednesday the last 5, picking up 3 draws in quick succession. And, of course, a couple of wins in there, 58% form for them as well. Of course, Cheltenham did beat Chelsea's under-23s in the old Football League trophy, of course. That was the last time around. As for Sheffield Wednesday, picked up a 1-1 draw against Lincoln. It's actually been 3 draws on the bounce for them as they head into this weekend's matches. Of course, for 30-5 is Cheltenham, 5-2 is draw. Even Stevens is Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Cheltenham on this one. The form book says it's in their hands to lose. Crewe Alexandra up against MK Dons, must win. You think for Crewe, of course, they are down there with single digits. Played each other 19 times since the year 2007. Wins for Crewe, 8 wins for MK Dons. Of course, 4 wins, 4 draws. Of course, biggest win for Crewe, 2-0 win. The biggest, otherwise, a 5-0 win. Crewe 3 games without 3 games losing in quick succession. Of course, 33% form for them at the moment. As for MK Dons, just 1 win in 4, 33% form for them also at the moment. That's right over at Crewe. Gresty Rovers, a 2-0 win for Crewe. In fact, they've won 2, 3, 4 unbeaten last 4 games against MK Dons, of course. Crewe did lose to Wycombe last round, 2-1 loss. After MK Dons, it is Aston Villa's under-23s over in the Football League trophy. Of course, look at the odds on this one. Crewe 65 for the victory, 2017 on issue. Milton Keynes, of course, 25 is draw. The Dons are the favourites on this one. Crewe are in a bit of trouble, but I'm going to give it to them. A 2-0 win as well. At home, big win for them. Crewe going to nick it. Gillingham will take on Accrington. Stanley, that's right, coming at you. Also, Halloween Eve. Played for the 14 times, 2008, 7 wins for Gillingham, 4 wins for Accrington, and 3 draws. Big win for Gillingham, 2-0 win. Big win the other way was a 7-4 win. I'm not sure if that's penalties or what. But anyway, Gillingham coming to just 1 win in 6 for them, 25% form. As for Accrington, just 1 defeat at the past 5, 58% form. Last time over at Gillingham was a 2-0 win for Accrington. That's back in, of course, December 2020. The home side hasn't won this game since Gillingham beat Accrington back in 2013. It's been a while, and that was, of course, in League 2. Of course, Gillingham did lose to West Ham's under-23s in the Football League trophy. As for Accrington, they picked up a 2-2 draw against Pompey last time out. Of course, look at the odds on this one. We have Gillingham 11-8 for the victory, 50-8 is Accrington, of course, 23-10 is your draw. I've gone the draw on this one, 1-1 right to the middle. I cannot call it. Can you? Meanwhile, Fleetwood Town will take on Wycombe. Of course, one team are struggling, one team are flying. Of course, the struggles are Fleetwood Town. Of course, they 2 sides played each other 11 times since 2011. So 3 wins for Fleetwood, 4 wins for Wycombe, and 4 draws. Biggest win for Fleetwood, 2-0 win. Biggest win the other way is a 4-1 win. Back-to-back defeats for Fleetwood as they struggle, 42% form for them at the moment. As for Wycombe, just 1 defeat at the past 6, 75% form, 3 wins at the past 4 games heading into this one. Of course, Wycombe did draw. Flip that around. Of course, Wycombe smashed Fleetwood last time around over in Fleetwood. It was a 4-1 win in the playoffs. That was back in July 2020. Of course, Ipswich beat Fleetwood last time around. Of course, Wycombe picked up a 2-1 win over Crewe. Of course, Heading 30-5 is, of course, Fleetwood. Of course, 25 is draw, 11-10 on is your Wycombe. They are your favourites. I've gone with a 2-2 draw, though, right down the middle. And of course, it's probably a little bit kind. For Fleetwood, but I think Wycombe not going to lose this one either way. Lincoln City will take on Shrewsbury Town. Of course, these 2 sides locked horns 23 times since 2002, 8 wins apiece, and of course 7 draws. Of course, the biggest win for Lincoln, 4-1 win. The biggest other way was a 5-1 win. Just 1 defeat the past 4 games though for Lincoln, 50% form. As for Shrewsbury, 1-3, lost 3 of the last 6, 50% form for them as well. Last round over at Lincoln was a 1-0 win for Shrewsbury. That was back in December 2020. Of course, Lincoln did beat Wigan last round. Of course, Shrewsbury picked up a win against Cambridge last time around. Of course, look at the odds on this one. With Lincoln even Stevens for the victory, 32 is draw, 30-5 is away win. That's, of course, Shrewsbury Town. Lincoln will nick this one, 2-1 win at home. Oxford United against Morecambe at the Kazam. That's right. These 2 sides played each other 14 times in 2006. 5 wins for Oxford, 2 wins for Morecambe, and 7 draws. Biggest win for Oxford, 4-0 win. The biggest other way was a 1-0 win. Oxford 3 wins on about 67% form for them at the moment. As for Morecambe, without a win in 5, of course, 25% form heading into this one. Last round over at the Kazam was a 0-0 draw back in September 2015. That was in League 2. That's League 2 to you and me. As for the bookies odds, we have Oxford 7-4 on for the victory, 40-5 is draw, 5-1 is your away win. That's Morecambe to FC. 3-1 win for Oxford on this one to take it to the house. Next up, we have Leaders up against the High Flyers, or the informed team, that is Ipswich Town. That's right. These 2 sides played each other 14 times, 2004. 2 wins for Plymouth, 7 wins for Ipswich, and 5 draws. Biggest win for Plymouth, 2-0 win. The biggest, otherwise, a 3-0 win. Of course, Plymouth coming to 67% form, just 1 defeat past 6. As for Ipswich, also 1 defeat past 6. However, the last 5 unbeaten, picking up 4 wins and a draw, 75% form at the moment. Last round over at Plymouth, of course, was a 2-1 win for Ipswich. They've just lost once the past 6 games against Plymouth. Of course, last time they lost was, of course, at Portman Road back in 2010. Of course, Plymouth picked up a 1-1 draw against Morecambe, of course, last round. Meanwhile, Ipswich picked up a 2-1 win over Fleetwood. Looking at the odds on this one, what do we have on this one? Plymouth are actually 11-8 for the victory, 2-1 is your away win. That's Ipswich. And 9-4 is your draw. 2-2 draw in the end. Point split right down the middle. Next up, of course, we're Pompey up against Bolton Wanderers. Of course, these two sides played 28 times since 1993. 7 wins for Pompey, 13 wins for Bolton, and 8 draws. Big swing for Portsmouth, 4-0 win. The big swing the other way is a 3-0 win. Just 1 win and 6 for Pompey at the moment. Of course, 25% form. As for Bolton, without winning 4, of course, 2 wins in the past 6 games, 42% form at the minute. Of course, last time around at Frat Park was a 1-0 win for Bolton. They've got 1, 2, 3 unbeaten games against Bolton Wanderers. Last time they lost was in the Premier League, and that was, of course, at Frat Park as well. 3-2 win for Bolton. Of course, coming at you, look at the odds on this one. We have Portsmouth 23-20 for the victory, 94 is your win. That's Portsmouth. So that's Bolton. 12-5 is your draw. I've gone with a 3-2 win for Pompey on this one to take the win and, of course, get himself back on track potentially. And then, of course, we have Rotherham against Sunderland. A zinger, chicken dinner right here. Of course, these two sides play each other 7 times to 2 and 3. No wins for Rotherham, 5 wins for Sunderland, and 2 draws. Of course, Sunderland come to, of course, the biggest win over Rotherham was a 4-1 win. They also come to just 1 defeat past 6 games, 83% form. However, up against Rotherham, who have got 92% form, winning 5 and drawing the other one at the last 6 games. Of course, 90% form for them at the minute. Of course, last round over at Rotherham, in competitive action was, of course, in 2004 as a 1-0 win for Sunderland. That was, of course, way back in the Championship. Of course, Rotherham did beat Man City's under-21s last round. Of course, Sunderland did beat QPR in the Carabao Cup, of course, to make it to the quarterfinals. Goodness gracious me. The odds on this one, 23-20 is your Rotherham. Of course, 23-10 is your away win. That Sunderland. 12-5 is your draw. 2-1 win for Rotherham on this one. Sunderland have another defeat for them. And then finally we have Wigan up against Burton Albion. Of course, these two sides are, of course, both flying reasonably high, considering where Burton were last round. They played each other, according to my eyes, 7 times in 2014, 2 wins apiece and 3 draws. Biggest win for Wigan, 2-0 win. Biggest win the other way, a 1-0 win. Of course, Wigan coming to this winning 3, losing 3 of the last 6. 50% form for them at the moment. Meanwhile, Burton just 1 defeat past 3 for them, 42% form as well. Last time over at the DW, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2021. Of course, last time that Burton picked up the W was all the way back to 2015. Of course, in League One. Look at the odds on this one. We have Wigan 43 on for the victory, 35 draw, 72 is your away win. That's, of course, that's Burton 2-0 win for Wigan. For me, what about you? Make sure you get your picks in, of course, using the code Cutley/League One to see what you think will happen this coming weekend. That's Halloween Eve and Halloween itself. Of course, be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. But until then, I'll see you soon. Until then, we're done.